Hey everyone, Joshua Lara here. So today I wanted to make this quick video to not really quick. It's gonna be a few minutes, so let's get started. So anyway, in this video I'm going to be making I'm going to be making a video featuring Luigi's Mansion 3, as you can see on the screen right now. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you all how Luigi's Mansion 3 has changed during its development over the years. So lately, Luigi's Mansion 3 is still in development right now. Things could change. But in this video, from trailer to trailer, from video to video, I decided to make this video on telling you all how Luigi's Mansion 3 might have changed over the years and how some elements of the game have changed, or like beta resolutions or something. So yeah, with no further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started with the beginning. So remember when Luigi's Mansion 3 was first announced back in the September Direct back in 2018? Well, there isn't really, as going through some elements of the game and the E3 trailer that's just been revealed this June at E3, there's not really that much differences. I mean, there is like a few differences, but there's like a few scenes that don't really match up well with the E3 trailer. So we're just gonna be seeing if there's any like differences between those two. So anyway, let's start here. So as you can see, the game looks, well, a little bit untextured. Like, hold on, let's go to... Okay, this is a good shot. Alright, so here we can see the room that Mario was in, and as you can see that, like, well, this game is still in development, so maybe things could change. But yeah, anyway, here we see Mario's room, and, like, the hotel room that Mario was in. So this was, like, the first trailer of the game, so it's okay that none of the things in here might be, like really well resolution or not, but... yeah, this is a good spot. Alright, so this is like a scene I want to compare with a part in the E3 trailer. Like, as you can see in this scene, like, it's just, like, you know, your average Luigi's Mansion game. And this is just, like, one of the scenes in the first debut trailer. So let's go to the E3 trailer and see how different it is to this one. Okay, here we are with the E3 trailer. Now, as you can see, it's way, way better than the debut trailer. First, let's stop right here for a second and go back here. So, yeah, I'm sorry the quality isn't really that well. I'm recording with my camera on my laptop, so sorry that the quality isn't really good, but I'm just going to try to make it as good as I can here. So here's a quick comparison. Here's the debut trailer back in the Nintendo Direct, and here's the E3 trailer. So as you can see, everything in this scene right here is actually a bit more detailed. Everything looks better, unlike this scene in the debut trailer. Like, the lighting is just incredibly flat, all the textures are flat, like, everything about, like, I have to be honest with you, when Luigi's Mansion 3 first announced, I was excited to see the series was getting another entry, and I'm glad that, I was super excited when seeing this trailer for the first time in that one Nintendo Direct back in 2018. So, but after revisiting this trailer, I have noticed some things. The game looks kinda, like, undetailed and flat and stuff. Like look in this scene right here. It doesn't really look that well textured. I mean, you can't really tell because of how bad my camera quality is, but I wish I had like a full screen recorder so I can tell you all how it actually looks. But in this scene, you guys can probably tell, it just doesn't really look that well textured. So I'm just gonna leave it in this scene as it is right now because I just want to compare a few things that, I mean, these two scenes are really not the same because, like, in this area, it's taking in, like, a different part of a hallway. Here you can see a mirror. And, like, in this part, you can see the mirror, and you can see, like, a window and, like, the reflection of the mirror. Here you can see Peach's bags, and Luigi doesn't have his Poltergust G00. But in this shot, it's really incredibly different. Here you can see a cleaning cart. There's a poster for Luigi, and there's no mirror in this area. It's nowhere like I know it's different trailers, so it could be in different spots in the hallway, but yeah, so everything just, like, in this shot, it just looks way, way better. In this one, it just doesn't really look that well. I mean, Luigi's incredibly bright, and it just doesn't really, like, look at him. I mean, he's, like, I mean, I have to be honest with you. I really don't think Luigi should have his flashlight on all of the time because, like all of the rooms are so bright. I mean, if I had like a full screen recorder right here, I would show you all how really bright it was in the room. But it just is. It's just I wish in the original Luigi's Mansion they would allow you to turn the flashlight on or off when you need it to, because there are some rooms in the game where you really don't need it on. So yeah, but I'm kind of getting off topic here. So wait, alright, sorry about that, guys. I accidentally clicked on a different video. But anyway, I was kind of getting off topic. So yeah. So in this scene, it's like really different. Like here, look how Luigi looks in this scene, and look how well he looks in this scene. He just looks much better compared to this one. I mean, this one he just looks incredibly undetailed and just really flat and anyway. But we can all agree that this version is way better. And the game could look better than this. And especially this, but this game is still in development. It hasn't launched yet, but hopefully after it launches, Nintendo will make it much better. All right, so that was the first scene. Now let's go over some new scenes in the trailers. All right, so here's another scene in the debut trailer. As you can see, this is like the dining room of a hotel, and I'm actually really okay with this scene because it really looks well. I mean, yeah. And anyway, here's the E3 trailer one. So I'm not really sure there really are much differences here because they pretty much both look almost the same. So yeah, let's just explain what's going on here. So yeah, as you can see, Luigi is going through some ghosts, but there are some things that I have noticed about these tables right here. Here's the debut trailer. As you can see, they look kind of like cheese slices. Like look at this table. It looks like it has some little openings right there, and in this scene they're completely removed. I mean, they removed them. They totally give them like a normal white design. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's pretty well, because it's like a tablecloth and you have to like put it there. But I'm pretty sure I'm not really sure people should put like cloths on tables, because it just doesn't imagine if someone just steps on it and just knocks everything over. But yeah, so anyway, here's the not E3, the debut trailer one. As you could see, I mean, again, in the debut trailer, the lighting looks incredibly flat. The textures aren't really that well. It just doesn't really match up to this one, which I'm really glad they improved it, because once this trailer was shown back in that Nintendo Direct, I was very scared to get our next glimpse of it. Like, it might look a bit bad because of how bad the textures looked in this trailer, unlike this trailer where everything looks much better. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure these parts of the floor are still the same. They kind of look the same, except the floor is actually a bit more shade of brown, and you can actually see the reflections of the lights right here. I mean, well, you can kind of see them here, but it just looks really bad, and you can't really see them that well from the camera's perspective. So yeah, I'm glad they added the little detail of them appearing right here as well. And also they look way better. So yeah, let's look at some more images. Alright, here's one last glimpse of the debut trailer. As you can see in this scene, Luigi appears to be in the main lobby of the hotel. You can tell because there's a big desk right there behind him. And there are some pictures of Toad, Luigi, Mario, and Peach right there with X marks on them. So yeah, there was actually another version of this scene that GameXplain actually made a video about. And here it is. I mean, you can barely see it because of how dark it is. I mean, I'm just going to try to make this as quick as possible and how, Alright, so as you can see, it's just so comedically bright in this room. I mean, it's not really a room at all. It's like a big, huge room. And in this scene, it just looks much better. It's so dark. There's not really that much brightness going on. And here's something I've noticed. Let's take a glimpse at both of the desks look like in the trailers. So as you can see, here's the debut trailer. Again, it looks completely bright and almost too bright enough for Luigi to even have a flashlight. So yeah, here's something that I also noticed. You can see a clock right there. like in this shot right there, like next to the cubby holes, you can see like a little clock right there. But in the new trailer, they replaced the clock with like some sort of key. I mean, I don't know if you can see it that well because my camera's focus doesn't really work that well, but that is 100% a key right there. I mean, maybe the clock, I'm pretty sure the clock is behind the key, but yeah, so they just replaced that. And also, let's take a look at the images right there. Here's the debut trailer. Here's the big change. So I've noticed that they actually made the images a little bit bigger in the new trailer than in like the old trailer because of how, like, look at this picture of Luigi. It looks incredibly small, right? But in the new trailer, it looks much, much bigger. So do all the other pictures too. And I think that they used a different picture of Toad for the new trailer. Like, here's the old trailer, and here's the new one. I think they might have replaced it, or have at least picked a different pose for that. But, yeah, and also, let's take a look at Mario's picture. Yeah, so it pretty much looks the same, except a little bit bigger and more detailed. So yeah, there's really like not that much differences except the lighting, or at least some of the like textures and stuff. So yeah. Okay, so here's like one scene from the E3 trailer and not the debut trailer. Like we're done with the debut trailer now. We're on to the new trailers. All right, so in this scene, this is from the E3 trailer, and the next footage I'm about to show you is this other scene from new footage that was just made yesterday by Nintendo. Well, like just a few days ago, cause I'm uploading this day. Like, I've made this video yesterday, but I'm uploading it today because of, like, you know, it would make more sense. But yeah, anyway, let's explore around a bit. So here's the E3 trailer, and here's the new trailer. So there's like a few differences that I really want to point out here, so we're just gonna go through some of it. Alright, so as you can see, like can you see this black particles of behind Luigi's hand? Alright, so this is the new trailer, and here's the E3 trailer. Like, as you can see, it's not really that well, like, shown. Like, it's not like the shadows and stuff. Like, in the new trailer, it actually looks much, like, more decent. Because of how, like, you can see shadows behind Luigi, and then, unlike this one where you cannot see them at all. So they just made that change. And also, I don't know if this is me, but I'm pretty sure they just made Luigi's clothes a little bit more darker in the new trailer. And yeah, so it just looks like, here's the E3 new trailer, E3 new one, E3 new one, E3 new one, E3 new one. Alright, so yeah, like here's something I've also noticed. This is the new trailer, and in the E3 trailer, you see the pillow? They rearranged it, and in the new trailer, or like in the actual game, they moved the pillow a little bit downward, unlike in the E3 trailer where they like made the pillow a little bit more slanted up. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like way better this way because you can actually tilt, like, it's more comfortable that way. So let's try to figure out some other new things that are, oh yeah, and of course, like, yeah, like, it just looks much more detailed, and I'm not really sure there's not really a difference for this plant right here. So let's see if there's any new stuff. It's like a little animation video I'm making, but it's really not. I'm just switching trailers. So yeah, also, here's one thing that I noticed. You see the balcony behind there? Like, here, this is the E3 trailer, and here's the new one. So it just kind of looks a bit foggy there, but in this one you can actually see it a bit more better now. And also this box right here, it looks way much more brighter in the actual game, unlike the E3 trailer where it's just like standing out or something. So yeah, that pretty much covers it for this part. Like, in the new one, it just looks much more darker and more spookier. And I also like the touch of the fog they added there. They also added some eerie fog on the ground, which made the scenery even more spooky than it already was. So yeah. And also, here are some scary, like, balloons that have some scary faces on them. In the new trailer and in the E3 trailer, they kind of slanted it a bit. See, in the E3 trailer, they're like this, but in the actual game, they like slanted them up a little bit. So yeah. So yeah, like you can like easily pay attention to this part where in the actual game you can see some scary shadow behind Luigi, and in the E3 trailer they didn't have that. So that's a pretty good change that they added there to make it look more realistic. So yeah, that's pretty good. Let's look at some more screenshots. Alright, so this one I'm pretty sure is a little bit more believable. So as you can see, this is the E3 trailer that was shown back in June. And here's the actual game. So I'm pretty sure there's not like too much differences about it, but there are a few differences, so I'm just gonna point that out. Alright, so first off, can you see the shadow right here? This is in the E3 trailer. And in the actual game, they shifted it up a little bit. Like, these shots are like completely realistic. Like, they're both like at the same like rate of how Luigi's face looks like how he's sad and stuff. So yeah, and also here's a thing that I didn't really notice until now. Can you see Luigi's like the color of his face? Like it's like a shade of like beige or whatever that color is. And here they've made it like a bit more brighter and darker. Like it's kind of hard to see, but as you can see in his skin right here, it's a little bit lighter. And in the actual game, they just made him a little. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm pretty sure they just made his face a little bit more darker. And I'm not sure if they added any new details to his like hat or like mustache or anything. So I'm pretty sure it just looks the same. So pretty much the only difference here is that the shadow is kind of shifting. It just shifted a little bit. And one more thing. You see the pillow that Luigi was sleeping on? And this is the E3 trailer, and guess what they did to it? Bink! They shifted it. So yeah, they just made it into a little more kind of unique spot. First in the E3 trailer, they had it shifted in a little bit of the side of the bed here. And in the actual game, they shifted it back over here next to the pillow. And I think this is actually a bit better perspective for the way the pillow should be like, because the pillow's like so close to each other, and that's how pillows should be. They should just be close to each other and not like so far from each other. So this is another difference that they made in the E3 trailer and in the actual game. But this game is still in development, so there'll probably be some more stuff later on. So yeah, pretty much the difference here is that the pillow shift, like everything is just shifting. Like the shadow is shifting, the pillow is shifting, and Luigi's face looks a bit more brighter and darker, which is really good. It just adds more detail to the game. Alright, so now let's move on to the intro and see how different it is from the other scenes of it. Alright, so in these few shots, we're going to be taking a look at the intro of Luigi's Mansion 3. And not just the 2, we're going to be looking at 3. So in this one, this is the actual game. This one is the E3 trailer, and this one is in the E3 demo that was at E3 last summer. Excuse me. So anyway, as you can see, like here's the actual game, and I'm pretty sure you can tell because like you can see that there's a bus there. But check out these few scenes. Here's E3 demo, E3 demo, E3 demo, actual game. In the actual game, the bus just looks really bright and stuff, and it just looks like not really well textured, but still looks pretty good. Here's the E3 trailer, and look, oh my gosh, it looks perfect. Like, I don't know why they didn't kept the bus looking like this. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know why they did it was because they wanted it to look a bit more textured or something. And also, like, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a license plate, but there's no numbers or letters on it. Like, hang on. Yeah, there's no numbers or letters on it. But in here, the bus, it looks incredibly dark and just like barely like noticeable in the parts right here. But like over time, like imagine this is like an animation, it just gets brighter, like pink, 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 pink. So in the actual game, they just made it like a bit brighter, more detailed. Here it just looks like a normal colored bus. Here it's just more darker. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So also check out Luigi shifting right here, these few shots. Yes, it looks really well. And also let's see if there's any differences on Luigi. I mean, yeah, he looks a bit more brighter in this scene. In this scene, he looks like, well, pretty well animated. And here he looks like more darker shaded, more colorful. So yeah, I actually like this version of it better, or this version more, because of how well detailed everything looked in the E3 trailer. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all for this scene. Like, oh, and also, like, take a look at the frame rate. You see, it just looks like, in this spot you can see some sort of like white fade to it. I mean, I don't know if you can see, it's pretty hard to see. But in this shot, it's more of a brown shade and not like an actual, you know. In this, I'm pretty sure, oh yeah, it also has the black shades as well. Alright, so yeah, there's like coloring differences in this scene. In the actual game, the bus looks like brighter and more detailed. In the E3 trailer, it looks more colorful and stuff, and in the E3 demo, it just looks more darker. So yeah, that's pretty well. I mean, I'm glad they have it like this to make it look more brighter and more detailed, but I actually prefer this because it actually looks way more colorful and more pretty good from this perspective. So yeah, now we're gonna be taking a look at one more image. Alright, so here's the final scene, final shot we're gonna be taking a look at. Alright, so in this scene, it shows like the hotel from like the top to bottom in this scene. And I think this scene looks pretty well because it just shows how tall the hotel looks like. And it's just really well. And also we're gonna be taking a look at the E3 demo version of this version of the intro. Here it is. So, I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's like a shadowy thing right here. Like there's like almost a shadow part in this like middle part of the hotel, like from the top and bottom middle. Like it just looks a bit more I don't understand why the E3 demo intro looks actually a bit more better than this one, because in this one it just looks way better. But in this scene, it just looks like, well, it kind of looks a bit better, but still. Oh, and also, one thing I noticed is that you see these clouds right here? They're white, but in the actual game, they made them purple. I think it's just better white because, like, clouds aren't, like, white. They're meant to be white. And also, the mountains, they also, I mean, like, in this scene, they're more of a dark bluish. In this scene, they're, like, gray or, like, you know. And also, another thing I noticed is that here's the actual footage. And here's the E3 demo. I mean, I don't know if it's just the quality of my camera, but this shot of this tree right here, you can barely see it in the E3 demo, but in the actual game, they just made it better so you can see it well, that's a really impressive improvement. So yeah, this scene I'm actually really okay with, but it actually looks a bit more better. Like, it just looks more, the hotel just, I know we can agree with this, it just looks more goldish, and in this it just looks like plain yellow. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah, like, let's just look at it like a quickly side by side. Demo, actual game. Demo, actual game. And if you want to pause the video, go right ahead. At demo, game. Demo, game. Demo, game. Demo.